Hello out there, whiskey lovers, and welcome back. Happy Whiskey Wednesday, and welcome back to our second ever video. And today we have something pretty special here for you. A bottle of bourbon, at least here in Michigan, that is pretty hard to find. We're going to review the Old Medley 12-year-old. It is a bourbon whiskey. It's bottled at 86.8 proof at the Charles Medley Distillery in Owensboro, Kentucky. So I mentioned in my last video we won't go through a lot of history, but when it's something that that you might not find easily, I'll give you just a tiny bit of history here. What I know about the distillery is that it's been in the family for a while. I believe the distiller, or the president now, is on the 7th generation, I believe, of distillers. So when I say that this whiskey is a little bit harder to find, it's definitely much more so in the northern states that it's harder for us to find. It's, I believe, they bottled around 15,000 bottles, 13 or 15 from what I've been reading. So it's not easy for us to find up here. I had to buy this online, but I wanted to review it. I read a couple other good reviews about it. And it's got a pretty good price point at around $50. I see it from $40 to $60. So it's got a pretty decent price point. I want to see how it stacks up against things that we can find up here that are more readily available. And see, what the hype is about the whiskey. So if you haven't already, please follow us on all social media channels and subscribe here on YouTube. But with that being said, let's crack right into it and let's see what we have ourselves. So in our normal format, we're going to pour it, look at color, nose it, taste it, give you a review out of 100. Bottle itself, pretty standard whiskey bottle, nothing really jumping out at you here. Kind of like that about it. It's not trying to do too much. I have a feeling that the whiskey itself is going to be, with it being a good family whiskey, that it's going to be like that all the way through. What you'd expect and what you'd expect to taste. Really excited to try this. So hope I'm not disappointed. And that's a really hard stopper. So with that being said, let's go on to the color of the whiskey. So we're going to use this paper here to give you a good idea of the color. Get my ugly face out of the way for a second here. So here's the color. It's pretty standard whiskey color, bourbon color. It's lighter amber with a hint of red in there. So once again, when we're looking at something that's not red, when it's more gold than red, we're expecting smooth. We're expecting something that it's going to have, I'm guessing a little bit of flavor and stuff to it, but it's not going to hurt you when you drink it. So definitely looking forward to smelling it. So let's go on to that. Let's nose the whiskey here. And I'm mainly getting like a nut, like a pecan. Pecan, or like, I don't want to say walnut, but like a pecan, like a toasted oaky pecan and vanilla. And that's about what I'm getting. It's actually not that complex. I don't want to say it's not pleasurable. It's just not super complex. Little heat, but not much. Just, pecan, vanilla, maybe a tiny bit of fruit, but only a little bit. I'm not expecting to taste a lot of fruit or complex flavors on this. So yeah, let's give it a taste. Cheers! Happy Whiskey Wednesday, and let's see what this rare bottle brings us. Actually, a little more complex than I would have thought. Give it one more try here so we can get a true flavor here. It's pretty good, actually. Like I mentioned, around a $50 bottle. I'm pretty impressed. It's not. When you get a rare bourbon, you're really hoping it blows you away, but I like it. I think it was money well spent. Right up front, I'm getting the vanilla. and the nut, the pecan, I think. I'm not great with the nut flavor, but definitely a pecan and an oak, like a toasted pecan, toasted oak, which is pretty neat because it's rather unique, and it's definitely opening up more than what I thought the nose would. The nose was pretty simple. When you taste it, you'd almost be thinking like a something. I'm trying to think of a whiskey that would be really neat when you smell it, like Woodford, I guess, or like your traditional makers, like something that you can kind of get an idea right from the nose, but it really opens up more when you have a drink of it. Vanilla, and I really like the nut and the oak that's coming through as I taste a little more on my tongue. Maybe it doesn't have any of that tobacco taste that some whiskey lovers go for, but it's definitely got a good flavor to it with the vanilla, the oak, the pecan, and a little tiny bit of fruit. And I'm not good at naming the fruits. Maybe like a little bit of, it's almost like a pecan-y toffee. Not fruit, candy, that's what I'm going for, toffee. A little bit of toffee. I like it. So I don't like it as much as other bourbons I've tasted at this price level. I'm not going to be harsh in my review because I do like it. But I'm going to say around a 90 to 91 out of 100, which puts it at that very good range, but not excellent or superb range. I would buy a bottle if I saw it. I will definitely share this with friends when they come over, especially because it's not readily available in my area. And I'm going to drink it. I'm probably actually going to, if I find it, order another bottle and put it on my shelf. So it's one of those that I'm going to share with people as they come over. So with that being said, cheers. Happy Whiskey Wednesday once again. Look for our reviews every Wednesday. We're going to do a different bottle every Wednesday. And then, on the weekend, sometimes we're going to do like a top bourbons or a this is what's going on right now in whiskey video. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and you can find us on all social media channels. So once again, happy Whiskey Wednesday, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.